Hello, everyone, and good morning to you. I welcome you to yet another video tutorial on what my expectation is going to be like on the US oil. Before I go into the details of what my expectation is, I want to first of all thank every single one of you for supporting my US oil project for last week, as it was my second most followed pair for last week trading session. So thank you very much for supporting this project. I really appreciate your efforts in liking the video. So without further ado, let's dive into the chart and let's see what is happening on the US oil. And I want to state here that this is going to be a follow-up detail to my previous video on the spare. So if you want to see how I got into the situation we are right now, I will be sharing the link to the video in the comment section of this video so you can take a look at what our expectations were and how we took how we took the trade on this pair last week. We were actually profitable on the US oil. And so let's quickly see what is happening here and what I think I will be looking forward to for the new week. So the first thing I want to do here is to scale up to the daily time frame, and let's see what structure we have here on the daily time frame. And one thing we observe here on the daily time frame is the price action has been on a very strong bullish momentum in the last 2 years, and this can be seen and it's evident after identifying the higher lows by connecting the series of these lows together to give us this resultant bullish trend line. As you can see, price has consistently respected this bullish trend line in the last 2 years. However, we zoom into the current structure, that is somewhere between the month of August till this moment, we saw how price action broke down that bullish trend line. So we saw the breakdown of the bullish trend line here. During the later part of the month of September, we saw the breakdown, and it appears we are beginning to see a rejection of that bullish trend line, which conforms with our technical expectation, where we cited the breakdown of structure and price appears to be coming back to do a retest of structure, probably to send price go to the downside. So this is the scenario that first of all caught my attention here on the US oil, and then I was able to connect the series of higher lows also after looking at what the structure here has been giving me since the month of June to give us this resultant bearish trend line. In addition to the bearish trend line, here is a key level at the $85 mark, which was broken during the first couple of days of this month. We had a breakdown retest of that structure as well to signal this bearish move that we have been witnessing since the beginning of last month. So let's look into the details that we have here. So with the current information we have here on the daily time frame, there is a likelihood that price might be going to the downside here, as that is after cited the breakdown of the key level and the bullish trend line here, and it appears that price is back to do a retest of that bullish trend line. So there is a likelihood that price might be going to the downside. However, something interesting is happening on the lower time frame, which I want to share with you, which is giving me a doubt of that bearish momentum here. So scaling down to the lower time frame, let's scale down to the 2 minutes, 2 hours time frame rather. I said 2 minutes, 2 hours time frame. And on the 2 hours time frame here, and looking at what has been happening in the last 1 week here, I was able to identify a key level at the $80.50 area. And if we look at how this level has been a major determinant of price action since the beginning of last week, we saw this move to the downside after price broke down that key level at the $85 mark. Remember this orange line here which I showed you on the higher time frame. So since we saw the breakdown of that structure, price came down into this area at the $76 level to climb right back above the $80.50 area, after which we started citing multiple rejection of that bullish trend line which I showed you on the higher time frame. So this what caught my attention on the 1 hour time frame, which I said I want to show you, is the structure we have here. If you look at this impulsive move right from the key level, the major key level of the daily time frame, you can see that the impulse leg evolved into something that looks like a reversal pattern here before we cited that breakout of that $80.50 level, which could be called the neckline of that reversal pattern here. So, following the breakout of that reversal pattern, what happened again was also another reversal pattern here, which appears to have broken down the key level, which is likely can also be used as a neckline for this reversal pattern that we have at this point. So it's more or less making things a little bit ambiguous, as not sure if price is going to continue to the downside, or is there a possibility where price is going to go to the upside following this reversal pattern here in such a way that we have something like this to the upside here. So these are the things that caught my attention on the lower time frame that made me not sure of where price might be leading from a technical standpoint. But one thing for sure I want to be stating here is that considering the long-term bearish momentum we have here, and as long as price is still oscillating below the $85 level, there's the level I showed you on the daily time frame that was broken. So we saw that, so as long as price still below this level and also below the bullish trend line, we saw the rejection of that bullish trend line here. I'm of the opinion that the selling pressure at this juncture in this market is still very, very strong. So in that regard, one thing I want to be doing here is to look at how price is going to be relating with this key level during the early hours of the week to make a decision on how I intend to trade this. So with the current structure here, following this reversal pattern here, if we see price come down a little bit, then probably do a rejection of this level, which also shares a confluence with this temporary bearish trend line here with multiple rejection of this area, then I might be looking forward to selling momentum after citing structure that supports this bearish move to the downside. And if I'm going to be selling at this point, well, what I'm going to be doing here is to be placing my take profit target somewhere around the support level that is around this area at between the $76 level. So what I'll be doing is to have my take profit around this area first of all, which will be dovetailing to, let's see how many pips that is. That's around 350 pips thereabout. And if price breaks down that structure to the downside, where a retest of structure might likely give me further confirmation to add more position to my existing trade. So that is one scenario I want to be looking forward to. However, I will also want to take this bullish move into consideration. Remember, I have this reversal pattern here. So I want to be looking forward to a scenario where price, this might likely be a retracement of that previous impulse leg, probably to somewhere within my golden zone area, which if I bring out my Fibonacci retracement tool here and run it through the impulse leg that we have here, and identifying somewhere around the 50 and the 78.6% of the previous impulse leg, uh, I want to, if I begin to see multiple rejection of this level, then I might be seeing that as an opportunity to the buy the US oil here. So let me label this area for the sake of clarity. Let's have this green color, and then I have this a yellow. Okay, so if I see, what I'm saying here is that if this move right here turns out to be, I start seeing multiple rejection or a double bottom structure, then I want to be seeing this as a bullish move. Then a breakout of structure, retest of structure might likely be sending price going to the upside. So you can see we need to be very conscious here and very patient to wait for price action to give us that emphatic signal to join any potential opportunity here on the US oil. So at this point, I will pause the video here, but be rest assured that during the early hours of the week, as soon as we monitor how price action will be playing out during the early hours of the week and seeing how participants in this market will be relating with the structure, I will be sharing a commentary in the comment section of this video on how I plan to be trading the US oil. If this video has been of immense help, in making your individual decision on the spare for this week, kind of support this project by clicking the like button. Thank you for watching and liking this video, and I hope to see you on Monday morning as usual. Bye bye.